Hey everybody, Mike here again. I'm gonna finish up part two of my showing you my Styx collection. I showed you the vinyl that I wanted to spotlight, and I got my CDs out here, and you'll see some of the CDs. We'll real quickly go through the albums that we already talked about. But this is a great CD. This came out a while back on I don't know what record label it was, Universal maybe. This came out in 2005, but I was really excited when this came out. This is a 2-disc set that has all 4 of Styx's wood and nickel recordings into this one package. So you've got Styx, Styx 2, The Serpent is Rising, and Man of Miracles. Full albums. They're not selections or tidbits. They're the full albums, all into these 2 discs. And this is a great package. Everything's been remastered and it sounds really great. And it's got a really great booklet with some historical notes and some photos. This is just a great package. And if you're a Styx fan and don't have this, seek it out. I don't know that it's still available. I mean, you don't have to. It's out of print, but I haven't actually looked to see if you can get it on Amazon or anywhere like that. But this is a great album, and it's got the CD has the classic wood and nickel logo on it. You can see that there. But if you're a fan of the band, and all the wood and nickel era songs are all, I mean, it sticks, and you can hear that when you listen to them. But really, stylistically, a lot different from everything in the A&M years. But you can really hear the progression of the band. Of course, their biggest wood and nickel era hit was "Lady," but I mean, just great songs all the way around. If you ever want to YouTube anything from the wood and nickel era, everyone knows "Lady." I'd recommend things like. Let's see, Earl of Roseland, that's a really good one. Witch Wolf, Best Thing is one of my favorite Styx songs off of the first album. And then for Man of Miracles, Rock and Roll Feeling, that's a great song. Really just everything is really good on the wood and nickel era. But this is a great package, and I'm really happy to have this. And then we'll go in sequence again. We've got Equinox, Crystal Ball. We'll go through these real quick. Grand Illusion, Pieces of 8, Cornerstone, Paradise Theater, and oddly enough, I've got 2 copies of Kilroy Was Here, which is my least favorite Styx album. I've got the one I listened to and the one that's still sealed. That's the one I don't have on CD. I've just never picked it up. One day I probably will. Okay, so then the band disbanded. Tommy and Dennis and JY kind of all went out and did their own solo thing. And then back in, I forget what year it was, in 1990, the band got back together and recorded Edge of the Century. Now, Tommy did not participate in that reunion. A guy named Glenn Burtnick took his spot. And I actually have a solo Glenn Burtnick CD. I was going to get it out, but I just didn't take the time to do it. This was their comeback record, and this has some really great songs on it. "Love Is the Ritual" was a hit. "Show Me the Way" was a big hit back. Was kind of a big hit back in the first Gulf War era time frame. "Edge of the Century" is a great rock song. "Not Dead Yet," I thought that was a great song. "World Tonight," "Homewrecker," every Styx album has a JY song that really kicks butt, and "Homewrecker" was the one on this one. But a really great comeback CD. I love this record. It doesn't really get a lot of hype anymore, but I'm always happy to hear the band play anything off of this album. And then I've got it right. Let me back for a second. I got it right up here somewhere. I've got a couple other DVDs, but this one I'm just going to get to show you. This This was Return to Paradise. This is when the classic lineup all reunited with Tommy back in the band. This was recorded in 1999, I think. No, I'm sorry. It was actually recorded in 1996 on, I forget the date, but it was on the autumnal equinox. I don't know what that is. Anyway, this was recorded in Chicago at the Rosemont, what was then the Rosemont Horizon, what it's called now. But I was actually at this concert. It was an amazing concert, and this is a great DVD, great live performance, and they run through all their classics. I mean, every Styx song that you've ever heard on the radio or that you love was on this. So if you don't have this, I'd highly recommend you pick it up. YouTube it. It's all on YouTube. There's a lot of Styx on YouTube. I got on the other day and watched something from like 1978 from Maryland at the Capitol Center. And there's just, and man, the band was just so tight back then and really, really rocking. So there's that. And then that lineup did, this is Brave New World. This was recorded in 99. This is a good record. It's got some really good songs on it. What I didn't know at the time, I kind of found this out after reading, doing some research. There was still some tensions building up within the band again, Dennis recorded most of these tracks. His parts of the album were recorded in a different studio away from the band, while the rest of the band laid down the tracks in other places. And if you listen to this, you can also kind of hear the tracks that Dennis writes and contributes are all really stylistically him, and then you can just kind of hear a dual phase on this album. But some really good songs on here. Brave New World's a good song. Number One, Best New Face. Everything is Cool. That's a really rocking song. Heavy Water is a really rocking song. I love it because it sticks, but it doesn't really hold up to the band's classic material. But it's a good album, and I was glad to see everyone working together again. This would be the last time that the classic lineup would work together, minus of course John Panazzo, who had passed away several years before. Which leads to the final album of original material, which was released in 2003, and this is Cyclorama. Again, I want to take it out, but you can see that was I had the band autograph this too when I met them at that Karma Records showing in Indianapolis, the lineup is J.Y., Tommy Shaw, Todd Superman, fantastic rock drummer, terribly underrated. Actually, it seems like guys, drummers constantly mention him as one of the great rock drummers. But then Lawrence Gowan and Glenn Burtnick was in the band at this time, and of course he has since left and been replaced by Ricky Phillips, who played in I believe was it the Bad English, and maybe was in the Babies with John Waite, but he's from that camp. Anyway, this is the last album of original material that the band's recorded. I keep hoping they'll put out some new music. They did release a covers album called The Big Bang Theory, and this is a good record. It's got some really good cover songs on it. It's got I Am the Walrus, I Can See for Miles. That's a really good one. Can't Find My Way Home. I Don't Need No Doctor. Man, that's a smoking version of a Humble Pie classic. Was it Humble Pie? Was it? Yeah, I believe it was Humble Pie. I Don't Need No Doctor. And then Manic Depression. Talking about the good times. Locomotive Breath. That's a really good cover. Jethro Tull. But it's the band having fun, paying homage to some of the songs that they enjoyed, and it's a good rock record. That's all studio stuff, and then I got a bunch of different live albums. I don't know if these are really in any kind of sequence, but we've got this one is Styx at the River's Edge. It was live in St. Louis. And I picked a couple of these live albums up because they've got some deeper cuts on it and this one has Everything Is Cool from Brave New World, Lorelei, which wasn't featured in a lot of the prior live albums, and then it had Brave New World and Edge of the Century and Heavy Water, which is one of the main reasons I wanted to pick this up, because it had a live version of Edge of the Century, which is a great song. And then another live album, well, this one is Styx World Live 2001. And again, why do you need another Styx live album? Well, because they had different song selection. This one had Rockin' the Paradise, which hadn't appeared on many other live albums. And then again, Lorelei. This one has Love Is the Ritual from Edge of the Century. And then Halfpenny, Twopenny, which you don't hear in too many live albums, and a live version of Snowblind. And then Sing for the Day was also one on here that you don't get a lot of. So just, different. It was good to see them releasing live albums with different set selections. And then this one was from 2006. This was Styx performing live with the Cleveland Contemporary Youth Orchestra. They also did a DVD for this, and this is pretty cool. And this a lot of bands have worked with orchestras, but it was really cool to see the band playing with young kids, and seeing these young kids in this orchestra really getting into playing some classic rock music. So really good DVD or good CD. It's got your typical fare on it. Blue Collar Man, Fooling Yourself. But there's a lot of unique stuff on here too. There's one with Everything, which was on Cyclorama. It Don't Make Sense If You Can't Make Peace. That was I think that might have been a newer song that hadn't appeared anywhere else. I Am the Walrus on here. A Criminal Mind, which was a Lawrence Gowan solo song. Boat on the River. Again, interesting set list, that deviates from the typical greatest hits selection. This is what I like about a lot of these Styx live releases. Pretty sure I have one more live one that I couldn't find when I was digging these out, but it's probably in there somewhere. And then just a couple more here. This was a kind of your BMG released this in, looks like, '98. This is just it's called Styx Lady. It's a hits collection of, these are all, again, Wooden Nickel era songs. You come to think of it, this might be, I've never really paid attention, this might almost be the CD version of this best of. Most of the same songs appear on here. Witch Wolf, Grove of Eglantine, Rock and Roll Feeling. It really, yeah, I think the track listings are a little bit different, but basically it's a kind of a knockoff version of the best of. And then I showed you the Wooden Nickel compilation, which was a real nice compilation of Wooden Nickel hits. This is the Come Sail Away, the Styx anthology, and this is just about this encompasses the entire career of the band. It's got a few of the Wooden Nickel songs on all the way through the end to Cyclorama, and this is just a great compilation. It's 2 discs worth of material, probably about give or take 30, 36, 37 songs on it, and it's got it's got all of my favorite Styx songs on there. So this is and again a really informative booklet with some pretty extensive liner notes and a history of the band. It's just kind of a whole career, covers their entire career. And I guess if you wanted to get something by the band, if you didn't have any Styx albums and you just wanted something to give you a really good overview of what they're all about, this would have to be the recommendation, because it's got everything on it. So this is a great CD. The sound is great. Everything's remastered, and it sounds really great. So that's basically kind of all I wanted to show you. I've got some more DVDs. I've got the Caught in the Act DVD that was filmed during the Kilroy tour, and I've got Arch Allies, which was the tour they did with REO. It seems like they're always touring with REO, or they've been touring with Foreigner a lot lately. And I recently saw them opened for Def Leppard, and that was a phenomenal show. Real quick, I do want to grab one thing. I don't have to go too far to get it. I've seen Styx numerous times. I've seen him, you know, of course, the very first concert I ever saw, and then I saw the only other time I really saw the classic lineup was the following year with Kilroy. But then I went to the reunion show. I've seen him at I've probably seen him a dozen times. But I've taken my son to see him. So he knows Styx when they're on the radio, and that's awesome to me. And most recently took my son to see the band play at the Indiana State Fair. They played a free show on a free stage. They completely, totally rocked it. We were up close and personal. I was as close to the band as I am to you now in the video. And in all my years of concert going, I have never gotten a drumstick or a pick or anything like that. And that night I got my very first guitar pick ever, and this was a Tommy Shaw pick. It's just, you know, it's a guitar pick, Styx logo on it. It says Styx World 13 on the back. It's got Tommy Shaw's signature on it. So I thought that was really cool to get, you know, my very first guitar pick ever of all the years and years of concerts that I've been going to. So that pretty much wraps up a couple of videos I wanted to do to show and kind of honor my Styx collection. I love the band. I'm not ashamed of that. I could listen to their music all day long. I never get tired of it. It's timeless to me. And again, if you're a fan, you know what I'm talking about. If you're a fan, then you love the band, and you know why you love them. And if you're new to them, or you never really checked them out, give Styx a chance. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I think you'll like what you hear. And again, like in the other video, leave some comments if you like it. Press like. Leave some comments about your favorite Styx songs, your favorite CDs, any experiences that you might have. And as always, again, Styx isn't metal. Hard rock, closest thing to it. I'm metal, you're metal. Don't ever be afraid to let them know that you're metal. So bang your head, throw the goat, and I'll see you next time.